Hey everyone. Just a brief update of my tank. It's a sad day for me. Although the tank's doing well, one of the original fish from this tank that I've had probably 4 years in here since I set the tank up passed away this morning. He was a big greenside darter. He was always the first one to come out to the food. Every time, lots of energy. Kind of like this rainbow darter. He's one of my other original ones. This guy right here. He's beautiful and he's big for a rainbow darter. But that greenside darter was 4 3/4 inches long. And up until a couple days ago, he was always the first one out for food. So he last night when I decided to come down and feed them, he was not coming out for food. So I knew something was wrong, and he had some laboring breathing, and he just did not seem like he was interested in acting like he normally does. Normally, here's a greenside darter that I caught last year, and that's how they always behave, just like him. And here's another one. They're not nearly as big. I've got one that's pretty good size. Here he is, right here. That guy. He's not as big. He's about almost 4 inches long. But anyway, that's the bad news. The good news is the tank's doing well. Plants are growing like crazy. The star grass is left over from last year. I have one big clump. You can see back there the main stems come up, and then it just branches out like crazy. So I have to do some pruning and thin out the jungle a little bit, because fish can get lost in there. At least I can't see them. All the other fish are doing great. I have a common shiner that I haven't talked much about. He was a little guy last year when I got him. He's grown. He's over 3 inches now. That's the one that's darting around back there over the flat piece of slate that has the blotches on the side. My river chub is really cool, and I'm going to do a video of this. I feed him pellets because he's so big that the other food, mice and shrimp and stuff, he likes them, but he'll eat the other food, but it doesn't seem to fill him up. So I hand feed him pellets because he finds them eventually, I guess, but I always worry they'll foul the tank. So I'll put my hand in, and he comes right up and I drop him down on that piece of slate back there, and he sucks them right in. So it's pretty cool. The satin fin shiners are in their spawning colors. I had 5 males a couple years ago, and I'm down to 2 males and 3 females and 2 males now, which is probably a good balance. The males pick on each other a lot, and I'm starting to think for this size tank, 2 males is the right number. And the 3 how many more do I need? The females aren't as colorful anyway. There's a couple of the females right there. The satin fins that passed away were big. I had one jump out of the tank. Actually, 2 of them jumped out of the tank, and then the other one was my biggest one, who I think died of old age, like the greenside darter did. I have 2 central stone rollers, relatively new additions to the tank. Let's see if I could find. I don't know where the small one is, but here's a bigger one. They're very easy to find in the tank. All you need to do is look for the green trail of poop. They're always eating algae, and they're always pooping a string. You can see right there, the poop trail, and then right there's a long-nosed dace. They're really cool. They have such cool personalities. I don't know where the other stone roller is. There he is. He's got a little poop trail there, but not as long as the other one right now. But he's grown. He's about twice the size of when I got him. Um, anyway, oh, I got a new canister filter. That's another update. Um, the spray bar, I was able to fit my spray bar to this Eheim canister filter rather easily. My other one had had the impeller break, so I have to order a new impeller, and then I'll have a backup filter, or I might use it for another tank. It was a Flue Valve 405. But the spray bar puts out a good amount of current, and this filter is silent. I hardly even notice it's running. So there's the canister filter that I have. I got a good deal on it online. And then there's a power head behind that piece of slate that seems to match that section of wall, and it hides the power head. If you look closely, you can see the cord that I run up next to the edge of the rock wall. And the only place you can really see it is way up in the corner, and that's in the dark. So, I hardly notice it's there. Way back in the plants back in there, you can't see it, but there's an air stone that provides some current on that end of the tank. A little bit of circulation. But, yeah, the tank's doing good. Just wanted to give you guys an update. The darters are all nice and beautiful. Oh, the mountain red belly dace. Let me find this one. There's one right there. I think the males have the yellow fins. I have 4 of them left. I had 9 when I first caught them. I had a couple jump out. One died mysteriously. Another one had some sort of bacterial infection and died. And then, oh, there he is right there. Check out the fins and colors of that guy. Isn't he beautiful? I think it's a he. But they are a pretty fish. And then the other one, I don't know what it died of. I never found it. It just went missing. And I'm not kidding. When they like to hang out in my weed bed over here, which is so thick. I mean, you tell me, how can you see fish in there? That's why I need to clean it out, because I want to be able to see the fish go through there and be able to, do an inventory on what I have. So I lost 5 mountain red belly dace. I have 4 left, which is a good number, although I would really optimally like 7. I'd like to get a couple more of those babies. They're just so pretty. And then my black nose dace are getting big. You can see a couple of them back there. They're nearly 4 inches long. I've got one silver jaw minnow. The other one jumped out of the tank when I was doing a water change last year. There's a female rainbow darter. I have 2 really big colorful males like this. This is the original one I got from. He's been in my tank 4 years, and he's probably my favorite fish in this tank. Just a beautiful little guy. When he flares that dorsal fin, it's just stunning. Let's see if he will. We'll follow him for a second, and there's another male back there that's pretty colorful and nice. But let's follow the big guy. Just amazing that fish like that live in creeks near my house. And the satin fins are beautiful, the males. Even that big green side, even yesterday when he wasn't feeling well, was very pretty. There's another male darter rainbow darter back there. My fantail darters come out every now and then. They're the ones that hide the most. If you look really closely down in that hole, you'll see a tail swimming. That's a long-nosed dace. They like to hide under there. That's where the current comes out from the power head, and they really enjoy sitting in that current. Sometimes if I adjust the light, maybe I can get the fantail darters to come out. They think they're going to be fed, they'll come out and eat. I've got, I think 4 of fantail darters left in this tank. Yeah, I think this is probably, it's a pretty heavy bio load of fish, but yeah, I think I'm happy with the number of fish that are in the tank. I think I might want to get 3 more mountain red belly dace, and that's it. I think that my tank will be complete. I guess there's another male rainbow darter. I call that the light gold color phase. That some of the males seem to have a little variety, and I don't understand why, but they do. Here's the other phase, the darker phase. It's hard to focus with so many fish swimming in front. Look at that mountain red belly dace. Isn't that a pretty fish? Boy, if he could come out in the light, you would just be amazed. All of them, even the females, are pretty. But those yellow fins and the bright red belly are stunning. All right, well, there's in the cave, you can see, here comes a fantail darter coming out to see if he can find some food. There he is, right in the center of the screen, trying to focus on him. Other fish are photobombing him, but they like to hide in the rocks a lot, so that's why they're I don't know, they're just more comfortable in there. They're not shy. When I clean the tank, if I clean the glass on the tank, all the fish try to eat the hairs on my arm or attack my hand. They think they're going to be fed. They follow me around. If I use a razor blade, it kind of scares me because I use a razor blade to get the hard algae off. And the fish will come up and try to attack the razor blade. So I have to keep my fingers kind of over the razor blade. Here's the type I use right here. So I keep my fingers over it like that when I'm scraping on the glass to get the algae off to cover up so I don't hurt any fish. They just get so tame. Every time I zoom in on him, put the camera up, he goes under the rock, the mountain red belly dace, colorful male. And here is another one that is out in the open that we can see easily. And there's my stone roller working on that algae. You can see look at all the marks on the rocks where they've, in the back wall where the stone rollers are feeding on that algae. They're not the only fish that does that, but they're the ones that eat the most. They're just constantly grazing all day long. The mountain red belly dace, the black-nosed dace, and even the satin fin shiners will graze on algae now and then. It's pretty cool. But obviously you can see the sides of the tank. I haven't scraped the algae off. The reason I do that, same thing on this side, is it's a food source for these fish. I only need access to see the fish from the front. I don't really care about the sides that much. It might look nicer if I clean the sides, I don't know. But one day I'll clean this tank and get all the algae off the back wall so you can see the original colors of it, and clean all the rocks off. I have rocks that actually match the wall. You can't tell. They all match the wall now when they're covered with algae. But I don't really mind the algae look. It's the way it, when you go into a creek, a lot of times that's what you see. So I want this to replicate nature as much as possible. So, all right, well, that's the update of the Potomac River Biotope Aquarium. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care.